Captain Janeway's 8 Star Trek Voyager love interests ranked worst to best. Captain Janeway, Kate Mulgrew, had a handful of memorable love interests during Star Trek Voyager's run, but some were undeniably more compelling. Janeway was captain of the USS Voyager for all 7 seasons of the show, and the first woman to hold the position on a Star Trek TV show as the series lead. Janeway was a trailblazer for the franchise, but Voyager's creative time also made sure that she did not become a one-dimensional character, allowing her to experience the full spectrum of human emotion with her strengths and flaws both on display. One of the things Voyager was careful about with Janeway was love interests. As Star Trek's first female captain, romances for Janeway were inevitably seen in a different light than those of previous captains. Although the creative team did not deny Janeway's romantic side, they certainly didn't give her as many love interests as someone like Captain Kirk, William Shatner, or even Captain Picard, Patrick Stewart. When Janeway did have a love interest, it was almost always memorable, but some of her relationships were better than others. Out of all of Janeway's romances, Sullivan, Ronald Gutman, was both the shortest and the most forgettable. Gath was the magistrate of the Sicarians, a planet that the USS Voyager stopped at for some relaxation. Although he and Janeway shared a brief flirtation, Gath was more interested in her than she was in him and turned out to be untrustworthy and insincere. This makes Gath the worst one of Janeway's love interests, but he was the first alien that Voyager showed Janeway being attracted to, something that deserves recognition even if the relationship was never viable. Janeway's relationship with Michael Sullivan, Fontaine McEwen, has always been viewed as somewhat controversial. The fact that Sullivan was a non-sentient hologram put the romance in a precarious position from the start, but Janeway choosing to alter his programming, including deleting Sullivan's wife, so that she was able to date him made the power dynamic between them incredibly unbalanced. Ultimately, while Michael Sullivan may have been an interesting diversion for Janeway at a time when she was feeling lonely, their relationship was never destined to be long-lasting, and there were many other men Janeway had better chemistry with.